Hey, this is Robert Richmond, author of The Culture Blueprint, and a real quick video here describing the key differences between ineffective cultures and highly effective cultures. So, what happens is a leader or HR or somebody says they want a different behavior within their culture or a different value. So you'll often hear this: I want empowered people. I want people to feel empowered. I want them to make decisions on their own. I want them to try and take initiative. I want them to take ownership. All these are behavior and mindset changes. And I'm going to go over the two least effective techniques to do that, and then the two most effective. So, not effective is first what everybody seems to turn to first, which is motivating people. You get leaders or executives up there talking and saying why it's so important and why we need to do that and why this new business book says that's a great idea. All those things. You get an outside speaker to say those things. At best, it's like a push of the cart and then it dies off. The second is trying to reward it. That's essentially the bribery, the offering, the carrot. It's good intentions. All these things are good intentions, but it's something that you want to have regardless of whether they get rewarded or not. And so even if it goes well, it builds up some resentment because why do we have to keep doing this and keep rewarding it? And it develops a sense of entitlement and that they deserve these things for doing something that you expect to be a normal behavior. And then the highly effective are, for one, the easiest and fastest is having people who love it and do it. It's the cultures that are thriving pay so much attention to recruiting and training to make sure that people love to do it, they do it, and then train to make sure they do it. So for example, with Zappos, looking for highly accountable people, but then in the training, doing things like requiring people to be there at 7 a.m. every day for 4 weeks. Now you have to exhibit that behavior and you have to exercise that muscle. So getting people who do that behavior and love it and then training and reinforcing it at the beginning is key. And with that comes the other one, which are the consequences to not doing it. Like in the training program, where people who do not show up at 7 a.m. every day, they're cut. And we're way more motivated by losing something that we value than trying to gain something of not so much value, which the rewards usually are. So if you find yourself trying to do an event, a speech, etc., to motivate, or you're trying to reward people, know that they're not going to be very effective. And if you make the tougher decisions of making sure you hire by and fire by the behaviors and values that you want, that's going to get you a strong culture that is consistent. And you may be asking, what if I'm stuck with my current people? I get that. If you are, the first step, number one principle within culture, co-create. Have conversations about it. Say to them, hey, look, this is what we're looking for. What do you think? What's getting in your way of that? Make it a co-created conversation, because if they contribute to the ways that they are going to do this, they are way more likely to engage in it than if you simply tell them what to do. So this has been a quick video on how to have highly effective culture.